be found in a bid to identify innovative solutions to improve learning. The Center for Education held a in-person meeting, that brought together various stakeholders in a bid to find solutions that will help in addressing the deficits in the education sector.
I think for parental engagement, and one of the things that this particular initiative that is bringing networks together is how do we strengthen information sharing. I think one of the challenges we face with parents over time is that the limitation in the amount of information they have. And I think this has been voiced in different forums. So I think one of the things we could strengthen is how information trickles down and the interpretation of policy. How do we simplify that in such a way that any parent can understand what the objectives we are working towards and what their role is towards achieving that. So this particular study will be digging into identifying those gaps. So we don't want to move forward with the assumption that there are gaps because we have laments that come out, but also what is the research, what's the evidence saying about the gaps that exist. And I think there are a lot of conversations around that, and many of us see what is covered in the media, especially with the rollout of CBC. So we want to dig into the science behind that and also provide a solution. So not just look into the problem, but also what's a possible solution, giving agency to those that are consumers of it.
I think parents need to be brought along on the journey that is education reform. Parents are very used to being told your child is number 1, your child is number 5, your child is number 10. They're not quite yet adjusted to the assessment system that goes with the reforms. So how do we help parents understand the new system of assessment? How do we help parents understand what that means for their child and the support that their child needs? And then how do teachers and parents work together to ensure each child thrives?
All of these issues are exacerbated for children who are marginalized, for the poorer children, and for the children who suffer deprivation. These are the children who, by no fault of theirs, simply because they were on the wrong side of a birth lottery, are facing exacerbation in terms of the effect. Now, children need education that fosters their re-engagement with society and education. They also need education that fosters socio-emotional skills, their well-being.
And now you're on the know over what's trending at